Ranking the best quarterbacks in Madden 24. We are back here with another tier list update. Today, we're going to be taking a look at quarterback. Now, quarterback has changed a lot. So we're going to go ahead and get it started by re-ranking the old cards real quick. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is the only quarterback remaining in S for me is going to be Bo Jackson. Now, the reason for that is Bo Jackson does have the best release. You can get a crazy ability stack by surrounding him with 0 AP apprentice receivers. Still a meta quarterback in the game for sure. And I feel like the other people in S tier are just kind of like at this point with the quarterbacks we have today, not really a great point to run them. So we're going to go ahead and drop everyone down. And this is what it's looking like before we get into the next cards. I will say, kind of feeling like there's a new A tier as well. I think Anthony Richardson is deserving of A. Aikman, Allen, Doug, Mahomes. I think I might drop everyone down again. We are dropping everyone down crazy today. And yeah, I just feel like quarterback has changed quite a bit, man. We're going to go ahead and keep Anthony Richardson in A. Yeah, let's get into the new cards. Now, Lamar got revealed as we're recording the first part of the video, but don't worry, we will be covering him at the end of the video. Now, the first one we got is Big Ben. So Ben Roethlisberger, 82 speed, 78 acceleration, 88 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. I know a lot of people will talk about the throw power. Now, the throw power just on the base card is bad. It's definitely not a strong suit. Now, what I'm going to say about his throw power, okay? One, with strike cards in the game, you can boost it. Two, Troy P with the token. He's one of the best token players anyway. If you're using Big Ben, you're going to have Troy P to boost his throw power, which would make him 86 speed and like, I believe it's 97 or 98 throw power. Then it's not really a weakness. But also throw power just in general, what this limits is like the one plays, like the really deep down the field plays. This doesn't affect how fast the ball comes out of his hand. All throw power does is determine how far he can throw the ball. And also he does get that Slinger 5 release. This is a release that has grown on me. I used to think this was just like terrible, like one of the worst releases in the game. It's actually pretty good on the, like the sidelines. It's not good throwing drags and like underneath stuff, but actually pretty good on the deep ball. But when we take a look at his abilities, okay, the reason why Ben is so good: roaming Deadeye, Master Tactician, No Look Deadeye, Gunslinger, Fearless, Set Feet Lead, and Gift Wrapped in total for 6 AP. And I do get questions, is Gift Wrap necessary? If you feel like getting unlucky at times and just want to randomly drop a pass, whether your receiver dives, whether it's a high ball, whether it's a catch in traffic as well, sure, don't run Gift Wrap. I think it's worth the 1 AP for sure. I think at this point, you just don't want to get unlucky anyway. So like, why not run it? Same thing with Fearless as well. At this point, I want to run Fearless because I don't want to get unlucky. So yeah, Big Ben for me, especially with the Troy P boost. Again, he's more along the lines like 86 speed, 98 throw power with Troy P. He's an S tier quarterback. And I know some people are gonna like disagree with this. If you haven't used this card, I will say this is with the Troy P boost as well. If you don't have the Troy P boost, I'd put him A. He is an S tier quarterback in my opinion. And now after that, we got Marcus Mariota with 94 speed, 94 acceleration, 96 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy, has that Gen 2 release, which is actually one of the most common releases in the game. But the thing about this card, okay, is 97 overall, no discounted abilities. This is ridiculous. He'd be Set Feet Lead, Gunslinger, Gift Wrap for 8. That is just crazy at this point. Marcus Mariota is just not runnable. I think that is ridiculous. The fact that 97s don't get discounts is actually disgusting. He is an F tier quarterback. Now we move on to the 98s. The first one we got is Kirk Cousins with 89 speed, 92 acceleration, 98 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. This time released Gen 2, which again is not like a great release, but it's like overall, it's like okay. It's like the definition of like mid. And we look at his abilities, okay? I will say the X factor is actually pretty nice on this card. I wouldn't run the running gun, wouldn't run the pass elite. I would run the Fearless for 0 AP, which is going to be on for 5 plays, off for 5 plays. So it's kind of like he gets Fearless, and also for his just base abilities, can get Set Feet Lead, Gunslinger for 1 AP. Then you can run a Gift Wrapped on top of that for 2. And then what I was running was Conductor for 4. Really big fan of this Conductor ability, just being able to hot route fast. And you could also even go roaming potentially for 6 AP. And this is a card that you would have to surround him by 0 AP apprentice receivers to really make his AP like super effective. You could go Set Feet Lead, Hot Route Master, Gunslinger, Gift Wrap for 5 AP. But again, I just think there were so many 0 AP apprentice receivers. You want to make Kirk Cousins super effective. That's what I would recommend. So for me, Kirk Cousins is an A tier quarterback for sure. I think you can argue placement. I would probably say he's better than Anthony Richardson, but I do think Kirk Cousins is essentially like a better Troy Aikman too. And now after that, we got the Manning bros. So these are cards, by the way, too. When you have both of them in the lineup, you need Peyton Manning upgraded with Eli. You need Eli upgraded with Peyton. In total right now, it's around like 1.2 mil to make. They're actually going to be decently fast. I believe Peyton Manning will be up to 89 speed. I think Eli will be like 86, 87, somewhere around there. So like decently mobile, 98 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. This time Slinger 3 is a release. I've enjoyed Slinger 5 more than Slinger 3. And these cards basically get the same exact ability stack. So Peyton Manning, X Factor, I would run Omaha. Omaha is kind of crazy, I can't lie. So being able to see the defensive play art ever so often, kind of crazy. But just base abilities right here. Gets 3 discounted buckets again with Eli Manning. You got to take advantage of the 0 AP Howard Master, right? You have to. So I would say Howard Master, Gunslinger, set feet lead, 2 AP total. I would then run a Conductor for 4, gift wrap for 5. You could just go gift wrap for 3. Or what you could do as well, set feet lead, fearless, Gunslinger 3, Conductor 5, maybe a roaming Deadeye 7, gift wrapped 8 AP, surrounded by 0 AP apprentice receivers. I think no matter how you do it, for me, Peyton Manning, I think for a little while he was an S tier quarterback. For me, he's more along the lines of like top end of A now. Definitely a really great quarterback for sure. And also Eli Manning right here. Again, we basically talked about it. The difference is like 2 speed, but also Eli Slinger 5. This might be a hot take, but I might say Slinger 5 is better than Slinger 3 now. Might be a hot take. I don't know. But Eli Manning as well. The thing on him is, again, he gets to Omaha, but this time he gets fearless for 0. So this is a quarterback you would surround by 0 AP apprentice receivers. You would go set feet lead, fearless, Gunslinger 2, potentially Conductor for 4, maybe a roaming Deadeye for 6, gift wrap for 7. I liked fearless so much that I would say Eli is better than Peyton now. And with the video I made on him, I said Peyton was better. And I think you can go either which way. Definitely think they're on the same level. Don't think they're Esther, because also Big Ben's ability stack is just so much better than theirs, with the Master Tactician as well. Like we're talking about like 6, 8 AP with like Conductor. Big Ben gets everything for 6. Again, that's why Big Ben is like so high for me. Now we also get Will Levis with 96 speed, with 95 acceleration, 99 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. This time that Slinger 1 release, I don't want to say the opposite of Slinger 5, but it's like really good underneath, kind of struggles with the deep ball. Not really like a terrible or unrunnable release, but when we look at Will Levis, okay, ability wise, set feet lead for 2 AP, Howard Master for 1, Gunslinger for 0. So in my opinion, it'd be set feet lead, Howard Master, Gunslinger in total for 5, gift wrap for 6, maybe a Conductor for 8, maybe a roaming Deadeye for 8. I'd probably put him B now, because if we look at Anthony Richardson, right, let's look at his abilities real quick. He does have Slinger 3. It'd be set feet lead, Gunslinger for 2, and then potentially roaming for 4, gift wrap for 5. Anthony Richardson gets that set feet lead and Gunslinger in a different bucket, and just he's a little bit more AP efficient. You could run 0 AP apprentice receivers and you don't really have to spend anything on Howard Master. You don't have to spend the 2 AP on Gunslinger. I'm gonna say Anthony Richardson a tier better. And again, I think Will Levis is probably, would be my number 1 quarterback in this B tier for sure. I just like Anthony Richardson, Kirk Cousins, Eli, Peyton a little bit more. And right after that, we got Terry Bradshaw. So Terry Bradshaw, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the game if you want to spend all of your AP on a quarterback. So Terry Bradshaw, 86 speed, 78 acceleration, 98 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. Gets that traditional 2 release, which is actually one of the better releases in the game. I think it goes traditional 4. Traditional 1 is very, very good. Once we get a traditional 1, like top end quarterback with abilities, I think you're going to see a lot of people like that release, but traditional 2 is up there. It's probably like second or third best release probably, but this time Terry Bradshaw from an ability standpoint. So X Factor, wouldn't run the pass lead elite. Abilities though, just base abilities, okay? Master Tactician. This ability is so great, man. Power Master, Conductor, QB Playmaker, all in one ability. QB Playmaker, I think, is one of the most underrated things, but the Conductor is great. The Howard Master, obviously a benefit as well. This is one of the best abilities in the game for 1 AP, is just ridiculous. So Master Tactician, Gunslinger, Fearless for 3 AP. But now we have to run set feet lead for 8 and then gift wrap for 9. You have to spend all your AP to really make him great, which is why I don't think he's an S tier quarterback, but I do think he's an A tier quarterback. Where he ranks depends on how willing you are to spend 9 AP, and it really depends on how good your team is. Like if you have a top end God squad in the game with 0 AP secure pros everywhere, he's actually extremely runnable, especially with like the 0 AP jukebox of the world. And yeah, I love this Terry Bradshaw card. Like Kirk Cousins, Eli, Payton, I'd probably say is better. Him versus Anthony Richardson, kind of tough, you know what I'm saying? I could see either which way, but I love the Master Tactician. And again, for me, he's probably the most slept on quarterback in the game. And now right after that, we got Dante Cofer with 93 speed, 88 acceleration, 99 throw power, 90s cross board for accuracy. This time has that Slinger 5 release, which I said has been growing on me quite a bit. Now we look at Dante Cofer from an ability standpoint. Keep in mind what we just covered with Big Ben. It's Master Tactician for 1, and with this card, I guess you would go Pass Lead Elite for 2, and then Gunslinger for 4, Gift Wrap for 5, and then keep in mind Fearless would be like 9 AP. So I guess you could run all what's called 9 AP on him. You could go like Pass Lead Elite, Fearless, Gunslinger for 5, and then Gift Wrap 6, conductor for 8. His stack is like weird. It's definitely like, to me, there's no point in the card because like you might as well just run Big Ben at that point. I'll slightly put him A. Like he'll be bottom in the A for me too. I guess you could do the same thing with him and Terry Bradshaw. So I'm gonna have them right by each other. Yeah, that makes sense. So you can even say he's better depending on your thoughts on Terry Bradshaw's release. Like you can go either which way. And now after that, we got Drew Brees that could be up to a 99 overall with 89 speed, 98 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. What's kind of crazy, okay? They gave him traditional 3. Traditional 3 is the Dan Marino release, which, okay, Drew Brees, Dan Marino having the same release. Okay, whatever. But also Mac Jones has that. Hello? I don't know. I just think that's weird. But anyway, so Drew Brees this time, ability standpoint, doesn't get the Master Tactician, which I do think hurts the card, but he does get set feet lead for 1, set feet lead for 1, gunslinger for 0. You could go gift wrap then for 2 AP. If you want just a bare minimum stack, you can then run conductor for 4. Or what you could do is set feet lead, fearless, gunslinger 4, conductor 6, gift wrap 7, and then surround him again 0 AP apprentice receivers. Or if you want to run the Howard Master, set feet lead for 1, Howard Master for 2, gunslinger 4, gift wrap 5, and then maybe like a conductor 7. You know what I'm saying? Like you could definitely like, you could slightly make him work. It's just, I think his best role is 0 AP apprentice receivers. I would put Brees in like this B tier. I also am not a big fan of his release either. And right to that, we got Joe Burrow with 91 speed, 88 acceleration, 99 throw power, 90 across the board for accuracy. This time does have that traditional 2 release, just like we were talking about with Terry Bradshaw, one of the best releases in the game. Now, Joe Burrow right here, he got revealed. We know his abilities. Gets built on roaming Deadeye for 0 AP. That's nice. But his base abilities are kind of interesting. It sucks not getting the set feet lead for discount, and it sucks that he doesn't get like 3 discount ability buckets, because this is what I would run on him, okay? Master Tactician for 1, fearless for 0, and then also set feet lead, that is now 6, gunslinger 8, gift wrapped 9. Kind of like Terry Bradshaw. Some people are going to talk about pass lead elite. Now, the reason why I wouldn't run pass lead elite is if you want to take advantage of the roaming pass lead elite, you're going to want to hold sprint outside the pocket. Pass lead elite works better with dashing Deadeye, and set feet lead works better with roaming because you're going to want to let go of sprint with set feet lead anyway. I'm willing to spend like Joe Burrow. Again, if you have a top end God squad, you can surround him by 0 AP secure pros. I think he has an argument for the best quarterback in the game. I will say that. For me, he slightly makes S tier, and I can see placement. Like you could argue, like the 4 quarterbacks we have in S, you could argue any one best quarterback in the game. If you're willing to spend all 9 AP, I'd probably say Joe Burrow is the best. I'm not kidding. But lastly, right here, we do have Michael Vick. Now, Michael Vick, 99 speed, 98 acceleration, 99 throw power, 90 across the board for accuracy. Traditional 4, probably the best release in the game. And when we look at his abilities, you would run a token on this card. X factor wise, I would probably just go the running gun or the Truz. Actually, I would go running gun, and I'll explain why in a second. So it does get evasive built on for 0 AP. And then for just discount abilities, okay? This bucket right here, going set feet lead for sure. This bucket right here, Master Tactician. So far, we spent 2 AP. Then Fearless, 3 AP. So we have like the big 3 of abilities right here. Gunslinger, 5 AP. And then gift wrapped in total for 6. Now, this is the reason why I said to go the running gun X factor. It's not exactly like roaming Deadeye. You're not going to get the velocity boost because you're going to want to hold sprint outside the pocket with running gun, which I mean, I guess you could go roaming Deadeye for 8 AP. But yeah, I would just run the running gun, save a little bit of AP on Vick. Or again, you could go Truz and then run roaming Deadeye for 8 AP. Vick for sure is S tier quarterback. Now, the thing about Vick though is it's not like he doesn't have weaknesses. He's left-handed, so he can't really roll out to the right side of the field. Like lefties going right, get a terrible animations. Righties going left, do not. Also, he gets these like dumb animations. Sometimes when you try to throw the ball away, sometimes when you try to fall down, he'll like randomly juke or like do like this like crazy animation, which I mean, at times can be a highlight play, or at times you can fumble and he can cost you games by just basically doing something that you didn't tell him to do. And yeah, boys, now it's time for Lamar Jackson. So he's 99 speed, accuracy, throw power, all look amazing. We're actually going to take a look at him in game though real quick to talk about his ability. So X factor, running gun, pass elite, escape artist, can use any one of those and they all make sense in my opinion. Gets built on evasive for 0, which I really don't care about, but they actually gave him 3 discounted buckets. So we can get pass lead elite, gunslinger, and master tactician in total for 3 AP. I would then run the gift wrap for 4. He does have that traditional 4 like we were talking about earlier, best release in the game. So that right there is 4 AP. What you can also do is you can run fearless for 8. 8 out of your 9 AP. And with that, I think Lamar is the new best quarterback in the game. I think he is. He gets like everything that I'm really looking for. The running gun can kind of serve as roaming did I too, because running gun with pass lead actually works really, really well. You could also run the truz on him as well. So I think easily for me, Lamar joins this S tier. Now, I will say I'm debating on having Lamar in like a whole nother tier and dropping everyone. See that as well. For now, I'm just going to leave him tippity top in the S tier though. But yeah, boys, I hope y'all did enjoy the video, man. This has been my thoughts on the quarterback position in Madden 24 Ultimate Team. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. Who do you think should go up? Who do you think should come down? Now, if you guys did enjoy this video though, you enjoy content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date with the best cards in Madden 24. Now, if you guys do want to go ahead and see me use some of these cards live, I stream every single day, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. To watch on the YouTube side of things, make sure to hit that noti bell as well. You'll be notified every time I upload or go live here. Or if you want to watch on the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here because I rank the best running backs in Madden 24.